Orion 10012 Sky Scanner, the best telescope for beginners. It might be a small, squat-looking telescope on a miniature Dobsonian mount, but the 10012 Sky Scanner gives you a lot of aperture for a very reasonable price. With a 100mm parabolic primary mirror and 20mm and 10mm eyepieces, this little beauty can give you great views of the Moon and Saturn, plus a selection of stars and deep sky objects, which is more than you can say for the competition. It's also very easy to set up and use, and can be attached to a standard photo tripod if you fancy taking it away from home. Don't expect miracles at this price, but this is the best start in astronomy you can get. Celestron Travelscope 70 Telescope Kit, the best low-cost travel telescope. The Celestron Travelscope hasn't got the light-gathering power of some more expensive models, but it's an extremely portable and versatile telescope. With a 70mm aperture and 10mm and 20mm eyepieces, you can still get decent views of the Moon and the planets, plus the brighter clusters and nebulae. The best part is that the telescope can, rather flimsy, tripod pack up into a lightweight rucksack, with the whole shebang weighing well under 3 kilograms, so if you live in the city, you can easily take it out of town to somewhere with an unobstructed view and seriously dark skies. It's a good, very affordable option for novice astronomers. If you want to get slightly more ambitious, an extra $5 gets you a kit with an additional eyepiece and a 2x Barlow lens. Orion Starblast II 4.5, the best budget reflector. The Orion Starblast 4.5 was, and remains, a fantastic beginner's telescope, giving you a high-quality 4/5 inches f/4 reflector on a functional tabletop mount. However, the Starblast II 4.5 is a little more versatile, pairing a similar 4.5 inches tube with a decent equatorial mount. Combine the 450mm focal length with 25mm and 10mm Sirius Plus eyepieces, and you get 18x and 45x views right out of the box, with enough power to get a great look at the Moon and the brighter planets, as well as most of the messier objects. Buy a 2x Barlow lens and the views get even better. If you've never used an equatorial mount before, it'll take a bit of getting used to, but this is a brilliant starter scope that'll get you into astronomy and still have you covered as you go exploring. Celestron Star Sense Explorer LT114AZ, the best app-powered telescope for beginners. Celestron's entry-level telescopes have one unique, must-have feature. Install the StarSense smartphone app, slide your phone into the built-in cradle mounting and, with a spot of adjustment and configuration, you can use the app to guide your tour around the cosmos. The app works with a mirror and your smartphone's compass, GPS and motion sensors to work out exactly where you are and where the telescope is pointed in the night sky, then helpful arrows and crosses show you where to move the telescope to find your target. You can either pick celestial objects you want to see from a planetarium view, search for objects or ask the app to recommend. It's a great way of familiarizing yourself with the night sky and, provided you don't get a super bright moon or a cloudy night, it all works incredibly well. We originally tested the 80mm refractor version, but that's now nigh on impossible to find online. Luckily, the StarSense Explorer 114 LT gives you the same app and cradle, with the latter attached to a 114mm Newtonian tube, which has more light-gathering power and a slightly longer focal length. You might want to think about replacing the 10mm and 25mm Kellner eyepieces with a better Plus eyepiece before long, but with them and the bundled 2x Barlow you can get fantastic views of the Moon and good views of the planets. There's even enough power to check out distant galaxies and nebulae. Most importantly, you've got more chance of finding them as a beginner than you'll have with most manual telescopes, without the expense and complexity of a computerized go-to mount. That makes a StarSense Explorer an excellent entry into astronomy. Orion Sky Quest XT8, the best bang-for-buck telescope. John Dobson's classic 1960s telescope design aimed to make big, high-powered telescopes more affordable and accessible, so it's no surprise that Dobsonian telescopes still give you the most bang for buck today. The Sky Quest XT8 is a case in point, giving you a whopping 8 inches or 200 mm mirror at the bottom of a 1.25 meters tube at a still pretty affordable price. This is a big, heavy telescope that weighs 20 kilograms, but the simple alt-as mount makes it incredibly simple to set up and use. With the bundled 25mm eyepiece delivering 48x magnification, you can get impressive views of galaxies, nebulae and other deep sky objects, or get a more detailed look at Saturn's rings or the craters on the Moon. You simply won't get better views of celestial objects without spending a whole lot more. Celestron Next Star Evolution 5, the best high-end telescope. Well-heeled beginners and keen enthusiasts should be delighted with the Next Star Evolution. It's expensive for a 5-inch telescope, but the money buys you a fantastic, compact Schmidt-Cassegrain tube with Celestron Starbright XLT coatings, along with a computerized go-to mount. You can use this with the bundled controller, but the mount also works through Wi-Fi with Celestron's Sky Portal mobile app. Point the telescope at 3 bright stars to align it, and from there you can pick out celestial objects for viewing and the telescope will point to them automatically. The app has a planetarium interface to help you tour the night sky, or you can display a list of the best objects to observe based on the current time and your location. It's all powered by a lithium-ion battery that lasts for around 10 hours. The 5 inches tube and 13mm and 40mm plus eyepieces give you enough power to view the Moon, the planets and a good range of deep sky objects. It's also a good bet for astrophotography, as the mount is impressively stable and accurate, even while it's tracking. If you're happy to do things manually, you can save some money by going for the classic Next Star 4SE and 6SE telescopes, although these might be hard to find at the moment, but the Evolution series makes great stargazing accessible to all. Thanks for watching. You'll find all the links down below the video. Subscribe to the channel.